Meeting to order, please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Motion to approve the minutes of the August 10th, 2022 regular board meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the August 10th regular board meeting.
I'll support that.
Been moved and supported to approve the minutes of the August 10th, 2022 regular board meeting. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Being none, carried. The senior treasurer's report. Any comments, questions? Not, place it on file. Planning Commission meeting minutes from August 2nd. Those were approved by Planning Commission. Comments? No. Zoning Board of Appeals, there was none. Let me get the report from Karen. Okay. Anyone with anything to bring before the board? Tim?
I have a question.
Okay.
For the record, I'll identify myself, James Ebel. I reside at 4396 Chippewa Highway. Last month, I requested some zoning information. Was your zoning administrator able to put those documents together for me?
Yeah.
Okay. I have another question.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We discussed this issue with my property taxes a while back. I'd like you to explain that once again to me, why I'm not entitled to get the $5,000 back that I paid in taxes. Why?
Sharon,
Why is that?
this is our new zoning, or our new assessor.
Right, but you're gonna have to refresh me on the whole situation. 'Cause I
Mr.
can't
Ebel
remember.
was concerned because he said that he had asked for his property to be combined at 16.
Oh,
And he
the
claimed that
principal residence.
his contention is
exemption.
that he didn't get, it wasn't combined until, what, 20, Jim?
The properties were combined in 2016, and the zoning administrator removed the property from the homestead exemption at that time.
No,
That
So
would
we're
have
doing-
been the assessor that would have
Well,
done
the
that.
assessor would
Yeah,
have done that,
yeah,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
the assessor would have done
Yep,
that.
yep.
The assessor removed it from homestead. From 2017, 18,
And then they,
stop, let me finish.
okay, I'm sorry.
2018, I brought it to Mr. Berquist's attention that it had been removed from the homestead exemption. 2018. He contacted the then assessor. She contacted me and determined there was an issue with it,
Mm-hmm.
and she was going to take care of it. No problem. Everybody did their job. 2021, I checked my tax statement again, and my property was still not put back in homestead exemption. So again, I went to Mr. Berquist. He went to the assessor, and that time, she made the correction and put it back into the homestead exemption. Subsequently, they only reimbursed me for the years of 22, 21, and 20. 19, 18, and 17 I did not get reimbursed for. Why?
Remember Sharon, we discussed this at length,
I,
and in the minutes
And I
of
believe that it was
19, he was not
Right,
given his exemption. 17 and 18 he was.
right. I believe that's, I would have to check. Actually, I'll go check on your computer.
Okay.
Right, this third second.
I beg to differ, but anyway, that's the question I have. I'd like you to explain that, exactly why I'm not gonna get that money. I received a partial refund for 3 of the years.
Mhm. Because by law, that's what they can go back is 3 years. By law.
By law, I brought that to your attention, and I can give you the exact date that I did.
I have them, give them to me.
Okay. So, when I bring that to your attention, and you give it to your assessor to take action on, why is it my fault? Because she's not doing her job.
Well, I think if you wait until the research is finished, you'll find that 17 and 18 were done. 19 was not. Just wait till she gets done, if you're all right with that. I'd like to continue with the meeting until she gets done with her research.
Sure. Would you, can I ask you another question on another matter?
Sure.
It also, involves zoning. I know the zoning is a category 4 or whatever it is beyond M22 on the US 31 corridor. For zone 4 or whatever it is, it's not.
Jim, I'm not familiar, I
I
don't know
don't
what the
know
zone
either.
criteria is, but.
I don't know what it is either, but it's my understanding that can be agriculture, residential,
Like a multi-use thing.
multi-use type thing. But I didn't think you could sell used cars in that district.
I know where you're going and I totally agree with you.
So how are we gonna resolve the issue of the used car sales next door to my property? What action are we gonna take to resolve that issue?
Karen is, the last I spoke with her about it, which was earlier in the week,
We're talking junk cars or used car sales?
the jump car, or the activities at that property.
There's 2 issues going on.
So the property belongs to one person and another person, I'm not exactly sure. I wish she was here to tell you because she's doing certified letters and things, trying to find this. I don't remember what the other gentleman's name is. Solberg is a record, owner of record.
I believe that he is the owner of record.
Yeah.
Here's the deed that shows his ownership on October of 2007. So since 2007, he's used the property as a dumping ground for junk cars, basically. He's responsible for the property.
Yeah, he owns it.
No matter who's doing it,
Right?
he's responsible.
That's correct.
He is the property owner. David Solberg and Cheryl L. Solberg are the property owners.
I believe that's correct.
I believe that's
Solberg
correct.
is the name, I don't know.
Okay, I'll let you continue with your meeting.
Just a minute, Sharon, you-
Mr. Eagle, do you want to come in here a second?
Sure. Do we need supervision?
Nah.
Protection.
I don't know. Okay.
Commissioner Dodds is preoccupied
So
once
do
more.
you,
Karen is unavailable.
This is your,
Please.
so in July,
For August, there were no written new complaints. There were 5 zoning permits issued and 15 requests for construction permits. The planning commission and herself and the zoning administrator are making progress on establishing short-term rental ordinance. Zoning and building office is busy with answering questions of property owners prior to getting projects completed before cold or rainy weather sets in, plus pulling the proper permits. Culver's update is the footings have been put in place. The contractor has a date set in October for Elmers to have the pavement completed. So we got high expectations. which is good. Did you get a copy of this?
Judith, she's got one.
All right. Joe, what do you got going on across the street?
Okay, last month we had 4 lift assists, 17 medicals, 3 vehicle accidents, and 4 fire-related calls. The chief and officers put in about 75 hours last month with all kinds of stuff, setting up stuff. We also did a parade for Old Necuma Days for Old Necuma. They went and asked us if we'd come be in their parade. We also did the demolition we did standby for the demolition derbies up at the Manistee County Fair. They had a first responders day, and we had a truck up there for that. And then they were celebrating at Manistee High School for first responders. We went to that football game for that. I did have some work done on the ladder truck. I don't remember if I went when exactly that day was, but on the pump, and he found a valve, and he also found water in the brakes, the air brakes, in which he went and got the water out and everything. So they went and repaired all that. We're still keeping the station clean. Equipment, I talked to Denny and gotten 2 scene lights, battery powered, for fire scenes, accidents, whatever at nighttime. They're LEDs, they're really nice, they last a long time, and then we don't have to worry about getting out a pump and like cords and stuff and people tripping over the stuff. And with that, we got a powered saw to help get a charger for the batteries. It was cheaper that way. So that saw is one of the saws that we don't have, and it will be useful, very useful. We have done 2 demos with 2 different companies for the JAWS equipment, battery powered JAWS equipment. We will be, I'm hoping to have one more before the next board meeting, so we can at least let you guys know which company we'd like to get purchased from. The only thing is, with the revenue sharing, we didn't get enough to pay for the whole amount. So we would have to be asking the board if they'd be willing to put in the rest of it to purchase the equipment.
I got a question pertaining
Yes.
to that. Is it just Manistee Township Board that would then pick up the slack on this, or?
Yes, it would be,
They belong to the Manistee Township.
right, we belong to you guys, so it would be up to you guys to
I
purchase.
understand that, but through the JAWS, isn't this,
It's not countywide, it hasn't been countywide for about 5 years.
okay, I guess maybe I'm 5 years behind.
They got rid of
No, they
the,
used to have a countywide JAWS unit, you're right,
Right.
they did.
Okay.
And I think it's been longer than that, but at any rate, they don't have that anymore.
well, Onekama took over, and Onekama was doing it for the whole county for a while. And then about 5 years ago is when the Onekama said that they couldn't store it no more, they didn't have room for it. No, the department went
I remember
and
that.
said that we could take it, so that's when the county decided to get rid of it. So now it's pretty much on the departments to do their own, unless they go and ask for other departments to come on vehicle accidents. And this was to replace also the stuff that we got used from another department, because the stuff we got used from another department is not safe to use. You got anything else for that?
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
No, other
Oh,
than,
okay.
if it's Manistee Township, maybe you touch base, or Dennis, I was can't listen to two at the same time, but regardless, then does it go to Filer, Stronach, or Onakama when needed?
Mutual aid, yes, because we have automatic mutual aid with other departments.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean that they're the ones running it, it'd be our department that's running the equipment, because it's.
Okay.
But other departments have their own as well.
Some do, not every department in the county does, there's only maybe a handful, like five departments that have JAWS equipment. So,
Thank you.
yep, no problem. We're still actively recruiting, we still have the finance folks. Let's see here, now, okay, yep. I'm trying to set it up for October 1st for our last demo. So, and our new pickup truck, we finally received it. Now we're just gotta get a few things done with it before we ship it down to get it all put together for our rescue.
I see the hood is up on 135R now, what's,
We smelled some antifreeze from the last time we went out, so I went and bought some to pour back in. It was a bit slow. We didn't see no leaks. It's just slow.
okay.
Let's see here. We did do an open house this past Saturday to celebrate the 50 years, and I did get a hold of the newspaper and put it in the newspaper last week. Now, I don't know if they put it online but I do know that they had it in the paper because this young couple came from the campground over here that read it in the paper. And actually came and checked out our fire department, and we did have quite a few folks actually show up, and kids, and they all enjoyed themselves. Also want to thank Danny from getting us a new fax machine, because the other one didn't work anymore. And this one's working great. Yeah, I already said that we would have to ask you guys to put in the extra cost for but that's all I got for now.
Any questions for Joe? Okay, Joe, thanks. Make sure you extend our thanks to everybody over there, if you would, please.
Yep, I will. Thanks.
No report from the liquor inspector. Okay. As far as the township update is concerned, of course, we all know that the bridge is out for a while yet, so that's going to continue to be allow yourself some time. The roads, we have both our road projects just about done. There's painting that's got to be done, and then our road projects will be done for this year. That's about all I got as far as township updates. We have some policies that we have to put in place for our assessing department. We have 3 policies and 1 resolution in front of us. The first one is to approve a personal property policy. Sharon, can you just touch on that for us, please?
Basically what that is that every year we are required to do a personal property canvas of the businesses so that we can add and delete off the personal property roll. And that's just a policy that you need to have stating that we're gonna go out and do it, and if we find anything, we're gonna add it to the roll.
And this is, excuse me, this is stipulated by the State Tax Commission.
Correct, this is all part of the assessor reform from 2022.
Is this an annual?
Yep.
A renewal,
Yep.
if you will?
Yep, we do it every year.
Okay, can I clarify? We don't need a new policy every year.
No,
We
no,
just need a policy in
Right.
place so you can do it every year.
correct.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. We don't have to renew it.
No,
No, we do this once and then they can
Okay,
do their work.
do their work every year without anything more from us until something is changed at the state level.
Right.
I'd make a motion to approve the personal property policy.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Been moved, supported that we approve the personal property policy. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Roll call.
Oh, you're on a roll, we got yeas and nays, so that's why I went yeas and nays.
Those get names.
Okay, roll call.
Ms. Jankwitz?
Yes.
Taylor is yes. Mr. Dons?
Yes,
And Mr. Berquist?
Yep, yes.
Thank you.
Next one is motion to approve the exempt property policy. Sharon, would you please?
These are tax exempt parcels, so we do not send out forms to state, county, school district because they are exempt by law. But anything else, we usually, once you should have at least the exemption in the file, but if there's a new one that comes in, then I'll send them a form to get that, so that we can make sure that our exempt parcels that are out there truly should be exempt. And they have to provide the 501(c) copy of their federal 501(c) papers and that kind of thing.
So this is particular just to the charitable types of exempted properties?
Correct.
Okay.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the exempt property policy.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Been moved, supported that we adopt the exempt property policy. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Taylor is yes. Mr. Dons?
Yes,
Ms. Jankwitz?
Yes.
And Mr. Berquist?
Yes. We need a motion to approve the access to the assessor policy. Sharon, please.
This is stating how people can get a hold of me, my contact information, what the rules are for contact prior to board of review. And
Questions such as the ones that Mr. Eagle had.
correct, yep. And that I have to make myself available, and which I do.
I make a motion to approve the access to the assessor policy.
Is there support?
I'll support that.
It's been moved, supported that we adopt the access to assessor policy. Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Dons?
Yes,
Ms. Jankwitz?
Yes.
Taylor is yes. Mr. Berquist?
Yes. Next order of business is in the form of a resolution, and that resolution is to allow local residents to protest in writing to the board review. What this does, I think I can handle this one, Sharon. This allows people that have a petition to the board review, allows them to do it via mail, not email, but US mail. Is that correct?
That is correct, unless you decide at a later date you want to do
This
email.
is reference US mail.
That is just reference US mail, yes.
Okay, but in this resolution, it does say said letters must be delivered to the physical or electronic address, provided in the public notice.
Right.
So if we don't put the electronic address in the public notice, then it's not allowed.
Right. However, the state of Michigan is going to require us to put that in there.
That's coming down the road.
Yeah, they did last year. You had to have an email address and on the assessment change notice.
Are they gonna go to your email?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it does include email. Everybody understand that?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, sure.
Right. That's one of their requirements.
And this is in the form of a resolution.
Yes.
What's your wishes?
I make a motion to adopt resolution number 2023-13, allow local residents to protest in writing to the Board of Review.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
It's been moved, supported that we adopt resolution 2023-13 to allow local residents to protest in writing to the Board of Review. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Ms. Jankowitz?
Yes.
Taylor is yes. Mr. Downs?
Yes.
And Mr. Berkeley?
Yes. In your packet, you received some information on what's referred to as a pivot point program. Sharon?
This is a program that works hand in hand with our BSNA software. And boy, we wish we would have had it a month ago.
This must be the one that we talked about back in the beginning, maybe.
Right,
And I
where,
wondered if you needed that as well.
right, and it's, you go out with an iPad. The iPad has all the parcel information, the drawings, any pertinent notes, like if there's a building permit on it, that's all on it. It's all mapped out, so we have our GIS mapping right there so you can see where you're at, where you're going. When you take a picture with the iPad, it pinpoints that picture. So when you're looking at it, because what it does is it then puts it out to the cloud. And from the cloud, then it downloads it right back into the individual parcels in our BSNA software. So it's a time saving. And not only that, then you get the field notes, you get everything right in there, and I'm not carrying a 3-ring binder out there trying to do. It's just going to be a time saving.
Well, it's an up-to-date.
Absolutely, it's
up-to-date.
21st century, up to date.
Nothing sacred.
No.
I make a motion to approve the purchase of the pivot point that will work hand in hand with the BSNA program for the assessment.
I'll support that motion.
For 833-35?
Yippers.
Yes.
It's
And
been-
all we need is a yay or nay when you're done.
Get on a roll here.
I know.
It's been moved, supported that we purchase the pivot point program for our assessing department for a total of $833.35. Discussion? The $833.35 is an annual cost.
That is correct.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Being none, carried. Next item is a motion to approve the Manistee County Mutual Aid Agreement. This mutual agreement has been going on for several years. It takes in 13 departments from MMR to the city, Village, East Lake, Stronach, Lenexa, Norman, Maple Grove, Manistee, Filer, Dixon, Cleon, Bear Lake, and Arcadia Townships. This program has worked very well. The example that comes to mind is the Dublin store fire out there. Several departments were joined together to combat that. Luckily, no one was hurt. But Joe, is it your recommendation that we entered into this?
Yes.
I make a motion for the township to enter into a mutual aid agreement.
I'll second.
Been moved, supported, we enter into the Manistee County Fire Department's mutual aid agreement. There's no expiration on this, is there, Joe?
No. No, they usually don't put extra.
Because it's been quite a while since this was brought forward. Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. Motion to approve fire department probationary appointment for Nicholas, what is it, Contreras?
Yeah. I gave Diane his certs,
So what's his entry level at?
firefighter 2.
He'll be probationary for a year?
Yeah.
And he's been over there,
Yep, yeah, he's been over to meetings in the last 3 months.
and he's gonna,
Yeah, he can leave work, he works at Watson's.
okay.
He said he can leave work, so if there's a call during the day, he can leave and go to it.
Okay, good, that'll be great.
I'll make a motion to approve the fire department probationary appointment for Nicholas Contreras.
Is there support?
I support that.
So new supported that we approve fire department probationary appointment for Nicholas Contreras. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Being none. Carried. Motion to pay the bills.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills as presented, along with any incoming bills for the balance of the month.
I second that.
Been moved, supported, we pay our bills along with incoming for the month of September. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Being none, carried. Manistee County MTA will meet September 27th, 2023, 7 p.m. at Springdale Township Hall. That's in Bear Lake. Board of Appeals, and I don't know if there is one, but if they do have one, it'll be October 3rd. The Planning Commission is going to meet Wednesday, October 4th at 9 a.m. And the next regular meeting of the Manistee Township Board will be Thursday, October 12th, 2023, here at the hall. Any other public comment? Yes, sir.
I'd like to follow up on my conversation with Sharon a little bit. She showed me on the computer where that property was put back into homestead exemption for the years of 17 and 18. It was supposedly done at the July 17, 2018 board review. I'd like a copy of that documentation of that being done, because I've received no documentation.
What was the date?
July 17, 2018 board review. I'd like the documentation for that, because I did not receive any.
Okay.
And my next question is, why was it put in and then taken out the next year again?
I don't know if you're gonna believe me or not, it really doesn't matter, but we have a lot of those that come forward at the board review that are intermittently taken out at the county level.
But the county says they don't do assessing or changing assessment.
They don't do assessing. But
The assessor does it.
Yes, but,
The assessor makes the changes, they said, not them.
any board review, issues that come forward, if it's taken out at the board review, yes. But there have been instances where people come in here and say, hey, PRE's taken away, what happened?
Okay, this is something for the board to consider then. If this is correct, what transpired in 2018, what are you going to do as a board about my 2019 taxes that I should be entitled to?
Nothing we can do, Jim. There's nothing we can do.
It's your mistake as a board. You hired the assessor.
We did.
You
We
paid her.
expected her job we expected her to do the job we asked her to do.
Correct. You are responsible for your employees as a board.
There's nothing we can do.
That's your final answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I get that documentation, board of review information next month?
Sure. Or you want me to mail it to you?
I'll be here.
Okay.
I like coming here and asking questions.
We like having it.
I'm sure you do. You won't have for a while.
Anyone else? Motion's in order.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
I second that.
Then moves board we adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Being none, carried. Thank you very much.